Hello twin flames and welcome to the DM to DF reading for Friday. So I'm going to use the DM draft messages and Sincerely Yours, the Divine Masculine XO, both by the Empress Em. I love these decks, they're so powerful. So what do we need to know? What does the masculine want you to know? And I don't know if you can see behind me, but the way the light is shining on, it's going now, but the way it was shining on the window was reflecting back building blocks. And I'm really seeing that as building blocks of the connection, that the masculine is ready to build this connection. Very powerful. So he's saying to you today, my life is one big joke. So he's saying to you, whatever you see on social media, whatever you think my life is, I see it like a big joke. And this is when he's looking at his life and he thinks, what am I doing here? Why am I continuing to do this to myself? Why am I hurting myself? Why am I staying away from my divine feminine? What a big joke. And it's nothing to laugh about. You know, he knows he's messed up, screwed up, made mistakes, and he's saying, I'm sorry, my life is one big joke. And he's saying, I actually watched a tarot reading to see how you felt about me. Wow. So you may be aware of this. Maybe this is something you've been thinking about. Has he been watching readings? Has he been drawn to that type of content? And he's saying, I actually have. You know, I actually have watched a tarot reading to see how you feel about me. And that's a huge thing to admit for the masculine, because a lot of them are skeptical. They don't really understand or believe in it, or they try and hide it away until they are awakened. And then they realise how amazing it all is. And sometimes tarot readings can spook the masculines because of how accurate they are. And they think, wow, you've just described my situation. How is that possible? And a lot of the masculines do read their own cards. I mean, my masculine is a reader on YouTube, but at one point I know he was skeptical about everything, because that's how we grow and learn. I remember on my journey, you know, I went through a big awakening where I was thinking if using cards was the right thing for me because of my spiritual beliefs and my connection with God. But we have to push through barriers created by other people's fears or fears of society. So he's saying to you, I actually have watched a reading to find out what's going on because my life is one big joke. And I also feel they're showing me a masculine going to an exhibition or a shopping centre or somewhere where a tarot reader was. So I feel this is also an in-person reading too. So I feel the masculines are more in tune than you actually realise. He's saying, can you feel me? So maybe this reader said, oh, you know, you and your twin flame or you and your person are feeling each other. You're telepathically communicating or you're feeling each other's energy. So he's becoming aware that you can feel each other. And those building blocks have come back on. So I know it's the reflection of the window, but they're giving me fears being released to build new blocks, to build new change. And that's why you may be seeing construction sites right now, things being built, extensions being built, because it's a big sign of change. So your masculine saying to you, can you feel me? Because I can feel you. And I am becoming the best version of myself. So he's also letting you know that through his life being a big joke, he's reinventing himself. He's realising what he does want and what he doesn't want. Through readings and psychic acknowledgement of his own life, he's realising he can become someone new, his best version. And he's starting to feel you, and he's asking if you can feel him. And he's saying, I feel so connected to you. Isn't that beautiful? So he feels so connected to you. That may also be because he's had a reading of some kind, or he's received some knowledge of some kind, some wisdom, some spiritual power that's been given to him from somewhere else. And remember, the angels guide him to these places and people. So a tarot reader could have just crossed his path. A reading could have just popped up in his feed and it caught his eye by the thumbnail or the words described, and he clicked on it, or he walked in that place, or someone was talking about something and it resonated. So he's saying, wow, I feel so connected to you right now because we are one. And also, I wish I could get out. They're saying get my head out of my behind sometimes. I wish I could get out of my head and take some action. So he's saying, I just need to get out of my head and take this action. So he knows full well that he's been dragging his feet on the ground, burying his head in the sand, or in his behind and in his ass, and he's saying, I need to get this sorted now. I need to take action. I wish I could just get out of my head. And I feel maybe watching a reading or finding out that you do still care by checking out your social media, seeing what you're up to, is actually giving him the strength he needs to take that action. But he's reminding you, especially as we move towards Halloween and the weekend, where you may see him having fun. You may think he's having fun. You may think his life is wonderful. He's saying, Luke, my life is one big joke. Don't be fooled. Don't pay attention to the illusion of social media or what you see, because I feel connected to you. Can you feel me? My life is one big joke that I need to take action about and sort out. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.